All right, guys. We got Clem in the bottom right side of the map. And guess what? Yesterday, you saw him have a rough time. If you guys didn't watch that series, go back and watch it now between these two. It is not that long for a best of 5. That was the upper bracket finals here of this tournament, the FEL Krakow. And now, Clem cleanses the lower bracket with Righteous Fury and comes back for a rematch in the best of 7 grand finals. And Reynor's like, damn, man, shouldn't have used my best builds to 3-0 you, because I don't even get an advantage going to the grand finals, which is, I'm always kind of torn on. I used to, as a player, hate this. I'd be like, what? This is so stupid. Just don't have a double elimination bracket if there's no advantage to the guy who won the first time, because then, like, you know, it's you kind of like, what the hell, man? I won 3 maps and I don't even get an advantage from it. Wait, what? Reynor is going to go hatchery first block? What is this? Maybe he was saving his best builds for this series. Hatch gas pool. What is this? Okay, so normally you'd go hatch first, then you'd build a hatchery here if you wanted to do a hatchery block. This is way more committed. But you can build a queen early, you can build spines, you can build zerglings here. And normally against this, you stay on the high ground as the Terran. You send your Reaper across the map. And you just, because if you go for like Marines in a bunker on the low ground, it actually usually doesn't work, especially not against a hatchery this early. He's pulling SCVs. What? I mean, there's no way that's the correct response, is it? Maybe. I don't know. It just feels like if you're going to pull SCVs, you need to pull like 6 SCVs or you're not going to really be able to, because this thing's already so far along. It's got so many hit, but this might be the right response if it was hatchery first and then a hatchery here. But this hatchery is going to finish in a moment. It's going to start regenerating life. It's already going to have an armor, which means the Reaper and SCV is going to do almost no damage to it. It's got 1,000 hit points. I don't think you're going to be able to kill that. That's a lot of mining time being lost as well. There is a hatchery coming up at home. 6 Zerglings are on the way. Link speed will be starting momentarily. See how quick Link speed is, guys. Hits 100 gas, instantly starts Link speed, pulls off gas. Now, there's no drone down here. He can't build a spine crawler. He's not bringing drones across the map. But this Marine and Reaper, they are doing good damage. Okay. I don't think he can get it before the Queen pops, though. That's potentially the problem. Because once the Queen's out, she can drop creep tumors, and then it's going to be really hard to take this base, and I think you have to go for a Raven. So Clem's committed a lot here. The Ling's being built, though. Oh, she's doing well. She's doing well because the hatchery is still at 220 hit points. These Lings dancing, as is the Queen. The SCV's taking damage. Oh, the SCV's coming into the repair though. Marine Reaper there. The Lings trying to get the wraparound. If you can get on top of these Marines, it's huge. 1 Marine, very low. Oh, Reynor tries to target it. He gets 1 Marine. The SCVs are so wounded, but only 2 SCVs go down. And I think 1 Marine, the Queen did not have high ground vision. Transfuse is about to come in. He's got to save energy for that transfuse. As long as he maintains the low ground though, this is really hard for Clem because Clem, he's losing a lot of mining time. And I don't think he can keep attacking this hatchery. He keeps moving to the low ground. Link speed's almost ready. This is a crazy choice by him to keep fighting down here. He lets the 6 Lings inside the base. Both Marines go down. The Hellion's almost out. The Reaper getting very low. Dude, Reynor cheesing the heck out of Clem right now. Clem not respecting it. Oh, that's good micro though. Cleans up all those Lings for no more losses. He leaves the depot down almost like he's trying to bait him. But remember what happened yesterday. Remember what happened in their first series in the upper bracket finals. He kept leaving his depot down and multiple times let Reynor flood into his base. He's got to be traumatized by that. I mean, he must be. Second barracks goes down here. It's 2 commands in a second barracks. Droning has started. Reynor is done committing to the pressure. He feels like he's already created enough damage here. He's created enough stress for his opponent. Marines are still popping on the outside. Clem almost lets him up the ramp as well. Dude, Clem, change this rally point and put it back in your pants, mate. Queen transfuses. Queens do take out one of the SCVs as well. Really nice micro here on both sides. The SCVs did repair and then pull back. Lots of Overlords building. Drone's going to move out and take a 3rd base back at home. Reynor, he's all over him with these 2 Queens. Now, he's got a creep tumor spreading backwards as well. Notice he's got one behind the natural and also one going north. You're going to have to go Raven to clean this up. There's no Raven up right now. Nice depot baiting, though. Dude, Clem is such a depot baiter. Most Terrans are good at maths and debating, but Clem, on the other hand, he's more of a depot baiter, and I gotta say, he's very good at baiting them in and out, but he's only got 1 Hellion, watch out! Oh, this might have been a big mistake. SCVs have to get... Oh, nice choke point, though. The Hellion does survive. I think the Hellion's gonna survive. The Hellion survives on 1 hit point. You're kidding me. It's the most important unit here as well. Of course, he runs forward with it and then loses it immediately. Oh, my lord! But the Reynor's Zerglings, sorry, accidentally clicked on the orbital there, wasted a little bit of DPS. Another Queen is still trying to build down here. 20 more Zerglings are building. Reynor feels like, hey man, keep this game messy, keep it scrappy, it's going to go well for me. But units lost tab is actually in favor of Clem. Clem is able to tap it from the high ground there. What in the hell, dude? Reynor bringing out the strats. I mean, yeah, anytime Reynor and Clem play, you know there's going to be good games. Previous series was almost a little bit anti-hype, but I feel like this one, you know what's great? Clem's not even that far behind. Oh my gosh, watch out, watch out. His depot's down again. Oh my gosh, but he raises the right side, and the Marines actually hold strong on the left side, and then he pulls back to the secondary choke point. Oh, but the Lings are going to get in. Does it matter, though? The SCVs are there to fight. Drilly boys, assemble! They try to repair. They're not able to get it. The Cyclone does go down. I think Reynor wisely backs off. He's got a drone, though. He's still massing Zerglings. I think he figures, I'm on 2 bases, you're on 1. Any trade's a good trade, but is that really the case? Maybe. He didn't get any creep tumors down here. If he got one right on the edge, he might have been able to spread that back in now. And that would have been huge, because there's no Starport, guys. It's just started. There's no Raven. It's 4 Barracks Marine, a single Cyclone, and now a tank. I mean, Clem's macro is in a very messy spot. And honestly, if this tank gets surrounded by the next Ling Flood, he could be in trouble. Oh, the Queen shows herself. If he went to the left, he might have been able to do it. But, oh, tank does fire a shot. Queen goes down, and the Cyclone does eliminate the creep spread. But guess what? He's got a creep tumor there, creep tumor there, and creep tumor there. Now, anyone who's watched my live stream, you guys would know there is an alternate win condition in StarCraft 2 that people don't usually talk about. Hold on! Mass Lings go for the surround. They're going to drag some tank-friendly fire in. The Cyclone gets blasted by his own tank. Lings getting on top. The Marines go down. The SCVs do pull back from that last tank shot, though. Very nicely done by Clem. His tank's still alive. I think he's going to put that back on the high ground because he's low on supporting units. He's been building a tech lab, a reactor, still building a few Marines at a time as well. Carapace is now on the way. Reynor, he's actually not ahead in workers. He's down in workers. What in the shiz? And he's just trading so many Lings. He can get Lings on the SCVs. It could be big. He does surround these Marines. I'd like to see a few more Lings on the natural, though. Oh, it would have made if a few Lings were on those SCVs as well, maybe. These trades are just too inefficient, though. He's trading at like 3-to-1 in terms of number of units dying. Obviously, it's still relatively close in the units lost, but the fact that the worker count's still so close, like if Reynor had another one of these big drone, I mean, he's got a big round of drones coming out now. If he can get a 4th hatchery up, get to 70 workers, that's a big deal. Now, I just started talking before about the alternate win condition no one talks about. So notice how he's spreading back these tumors. If you connect the tips of your creep, this creep from your side with the creep from the other side, that actually wins the game. Now, it doesn't technically give you the victory screen, but it doesn't matter. I will literally, if I manage to do this, proxy hatch, spread creep back, and I manage to connect the 2 tips of creep, I just basically am like game over, like mental defeat for my opponent, utter domination, get wrecked, try hard nerd. Like that is, I will declare Reynor the unofficial winner, even if he ends up losing the game. If you can connect this creep. Here we go. Marines moving around. Trying to pull back. Trying to pull back. The Lings are there. Okay. Dude, the problem is the creep's still there. He hasn't nipped the end off the creep. If he can nip this off, he can slow down the tips from connecting, which could be really big. 3rd command center is there. Double engineering base just now coming up. Oh man, Clem's upgrades are so far behind, guys. And he's going to see this 4th hatchery coming up. He's got creep in his natural. Dude, he knows this is a tough spot to be in. His worker production's been really good, but Carapace has now kicked in, and he's just started +1 attack. That's really rough for Clem. He moves a few Marines out. I don't even know. Does he have enough Marines to even kill these many creep tumors? He's going to kill this one too? Yeah, okay. So he clears the front of his natural. The drop's still dancing around. Infestation pit comes in behind the natural. 5th base going down. The creep still spreading back on that left side and on the right. This creep going forwards in the middle. Reynor needs to remember to spread here as well. But no Raven, man. He never had the starport up early enough, so no chance to build that Raven. Yeah, I believe they call it docking the creep tumors, guys. If you can connect these creep together. But oh, he chops that bit off. There's still an active tumor there, though. He's got to spread this creep on the left. Does Reynor not want to connect the tips? He's just stopped spreading. This is the side of the map where he's got the best creep spread. But he's only spreading down the right. He's spreading on the left. Okay, now he spreads it, finally. Oh, Queen's ambush the drop. Nice move, nice move. Gets that on the deep red. Hive's on the way. 3 infestors. 2 upgrades. Reynor's miles ahead. Reynor's miles ahead. He kept him off the natural for so long, and it did add up. He traded inefficiently, but it was worth it with how much more money he was mining. And now that he's turned that into economy, turned it into tech, his upgrades, of course, earlier as well, you can kind of just see now how far behind Clem really is. Look at this. Clem sees this creep here, and he's like, oh, you're kidding me, man. We're so close. So close to connecting the tips. But Clem says, no! Nay! How dare you try and connect those? The prospect of the dock. It's one of the, I don't know if I've ever seen creep docking like this in a top tier pro match before. Seen it in like ladder games of GMs and pros trolling, but like in a tournament, I don't know. Marines are there. Oh, it's docked! It's docked! Guys, the drop picks up, goes towards the main base. The creep has officially docked here. It just connected on this side. Oh, it just connected. And this side, it looks like it connected, but then it got cleared up. Clem saw the docking, and being the hateful Terran that he is, he immediately scanned and cleared it up on the right side. But he can't stop it in the middle, and this side's about to dock as well. Look how close it is. Oh, just so close. That's GG, guys. All right, Reynor's won this game. Clem, you can leave now. Of course, he's being a Terran player and refusing to accept that he's lost, despite clear evidence that his opponent has officially docked this map. Marines are going to pull back. Ultra Cavern's almost finished. Dude, what a sick opening for Reynor. I think Reynor's... Oh, Fungal! He just caught the triple drop on the right side. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of Marine bodies getting eaten up and absorbed into the creep spread. More biomass to fuel the swarm. Oh, the Fungal ambush. I mean, Clem's supply might have been able to catch up otherwise. His 2-2 is on the way, but we've already got +3 Carapace started. Adrenal Glands, Baneling Nest is going to come in here as well. Spire should go down because Corruptors is what will seal the deal. This is I'm so proud of Reynor going for the early Spire. It's the most important part of adding to a Ling Bane Ultra style. Corruptors and Banes will just give him the endless ability to swarm. And look at that, Ling's on that right side, tank on the high ground trying to defend, but he's shooting his own SCVs as well. These tanks in the natural do get defended. Watch out for, I mean, the Fungal can't, there's enough Lings. I think he can unburrow Fungal. Even though he's, oh, the pre-spread. Clem pulled back anticipating this. Fungal's come forward anyway, but I don't think he's got no Banes and no Ultras. Does throw another Fungal, I mean, he does good damage, but there's so many Medivacs healing, not that many Marines die. The Zergling's going to try and burrow off on that right side. Actually, doesn't burrow just yet. And the Marines are going to try and chase back these Infestors. No more Fungal left. One Infestor does go down. These Lings are going to run in from that right side. That tank on the high ground. It's got 47 kills. Make it 48. But of course, always doing a bit of friendly fire at the same time. So these are trades Reynor's happy to take. Reynor's on 90 workers. He's got a 6th base on the left. His 5th base fully mining. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be gas number 6. And looks like he did just lose another Infestor maybe? No, he's got 2. Ah, one of them's burrowed on the right side. Just waiting for his opportunity to poke his head out. Reynor also says, okay, if you're going to turtle this out, I should start mining your base. There's very little pressure on him right now, which is why he found the room to do that. You can deny this base, that'll be massive. Remember, all this creep, it's fully docked on this side as well. It's come through the middle super strong. The right side where the dock was initially broken, the creep is still there. Link Ultra hanging out. And it's time to build Corruptors, right? You might go Bane speed first and Banes, but I think a few Corruptors to stop these Medivacs will just be game-breaking. Vester's going to go forwards. He's looking for the fungies. Oh, he's looking for fungies, guys. Oh, where is it? No, he doesn't go for it. I'm surprised he didn't take the opportunity. The Ling Ultra's running in from 3 sides, though, and that is going to be really effective. A lot of Lings actually ran up north to try and defend the double drop up there. These Ultras are getting defended by Clem's Micro, but so many tanks have already gone down. The Marines and Marauders do run up here. The Spore Crawler Queen is damaging those Medivacs, and they do have to pick up and fly away. He's going to try to come forward. The Infestor's right on top here. Reynor's going to try and unburrow, and there we go. We'll land a absolutely delectable Fungal. Second one chains, and Reynor with a proxy hatch build takes game 1 against Clem in this best of 7. Oh, all right, well, he's just caused his opponent emotional damage. Reynor for Basilisk in the top right. Team Liquid's Clem in the bottom left side of the map. And dude, yeah. Clem is now 0-4 in his last 4 games against Reynor. And he's got to find some normalcy. He's got to find some... I mean, it's really simple advice if you're Clem's coach right now. And it's like, just do a really normal build. And yeah, obviously he can't proxy hatch again. Because he's going to have thought of the response. He's going to say, next time I need to do step 1, step 2, step 3 differently. Like, he will have looked at the replay. He'll have thought it through. Reynor knows that's a one and done. You do not do a build like that twice against a guy like Clem, because he will figure out the reaction pretty much instantly. Like, you very rarely will beat him twice with a build like that. So I think Clem kind of says, okay, let's calm things down, go for a 1-Rax expand, and just chill. And then we could go 3 commands and a Hellion Banshee, or actually 2-on-1 is really good for him as well. I think Hellion Banshee might be better against Reynor. I don't know. Whichever style you do, but always have the tank on the high ground of the 3rd. build a bunker at your third, and just watch for run-bys a bit more. Like, just play standard, but have a depot on the right side, you know? Don't have your depot down every game. Just calm down and fix the details. And if he can play a long, normal game, no one really ever has faith in Reynor's late game. And the reason is, he's been tangibly frustrated anytime the game drags out into a sort of stalemate situation or a very, very slow late game situation for years. And he hasn't made any secret of it. He's like, I'm going to kill you in the mid game. I'm pretty good at late game, but I don't really want to. Like, it's me trying to end it in the early late game. I don't want to play end game. I don't want to play every mineral matters. I mean, don't get me wrong. When he plays Showtime, somehow Reynor always makes 37-minute comebacks with Neural Parasite Infestors, and he's actually like really quite doggedly good in his ZVP late game recently as well. But yeah, you get to like planetaries and ghosts and libs and stuff, and Reynor just looks angry if he has to play that style of StarCraft. Oh, he tries to block the drone. Good spore trick though. Guys, did he build? Was this a 15-15? I think it was. 15-15, full gasless into really fast third hatchery, and then third queen. So this is going to be the build where he goes a roach warren in the wall, walls off with Evo chamber. Clem should be able to identify. Just from that hatchery timing, he should know exactly what's happening. So already as Clem, you know there's no aggressive options. You can be super greedy here, or you can be super aggressive. I think he's still going to build 4 Hellions, but I think he should stop at 4. He's going to go second barracks. Yeah. I think 4 Hellions, go for 2 barracks, and then just be really active with your medevacs and keep diving. I think your goal as Clem is, you know, with this sort of roach build, the Zerg plays low on queens because they're building roaches, which are very expensive. Whereas with a Zergling build, you're more mineral focused, you can afford more queens and you need them. But when you play roaches, you often stop at 5. Very rarely do you play more than 6 queens. And that means if these Marines can dart in, snipe a queen, pick up, boost somewhere else, and you just start multi-dropping, sometimes if Zerg makes any mistakes, they can just get overrun. So I think Clem's going to do a mixture of very wild movement with both his Hellion Reaper early, but then also later on with his other units. And then he's going to go for the multi-drop play. Now, interestingly, we've got a lot of slow Zerglings building, 8 slow Zerglings. So I think his goal is to like not wall off with a Roach Warren, and then when the Hellions run past, trap them with Slowlings on top of the ramp. It's weird. I normally do not expect slow Zerglings to come out, but they're not bad at kind of stopping units from running past the queens. On their own, they're useless, but with the queens there, should be okay. It's actually 6 queens into 7 queens, and he does go Ling speed. Okay, mind games. Mind games. As long as Ling speed is ready before the Stim Marines arrive, it's fine. So he is going to play a heavy queen style. So everything I said, that analysis, you can throw it out, guys. Medevacs there, Evo chamber comes up, because Lings are going to have a lot more mobility. The multi-drops aren't going to be as effective. There's going to be already going to 8 queens. Early Evo for Carapace. I'm so fascinated. Armory. It's going to be a Hellbat time and a follow-up. So he's going to, after these 2 medevacs, he'll build 2 Hellions, and then he'll swap the factory, build another 2. So it's going to be 4 Hellions and about 20 Marines with Stim and 2 medevacs. Pretty vicious timing, especially if Reynor doesn't have enough queens. He's going 9 queens. But if he spends too much energy on creep tumors, he won't be able to transfuse his way through it. And he's not going to have a Roach Warren or a Baneling Nest, is he? Quick 4th gas. Quick 4th hatchery and 2nd gas, I should say. 3rd barracks comes down. Oh, looks like he might not swap the factory over. I feel like he should swap that factory right now. He actually builds the tech lab. Okay, he did get 5 Hellions out. Okay, so I guess it's just... Okay, it's already... Oh, it's a very fast timing. Oh, he's already hitting. He's already going to hit, guys. He's got 4 Hellions here. Looks like one's inside the medevac. He's going to go dive. Oh, that's going to morph. First Overlord goes down. Ling's looking for the wraparound. He's only got 4 queens there. 4 more arrive from the right side, trying to reinforce. Ling's coming in. Queens transfuse is good. Next transfuses, 1 Hellbat goes down. Queen's trying to move in and out. Interesting, but not enough transfuse micro. There's no queens left over with energy. The queen's getting gunned down. The Marine Hellbat doing the work. Ling's not enough to deal with this. The Hellbat's such a good counter. Great queen movement. Great queen movement, though. Really good queen movement. Does buy himself a bit of time. Those 2 queens do end up going down. There's still 5 queens left. And there is about 15 Zerglings. Number one medevac almost falls, but not quite. And the Queen does go down. Clem getting so much value. If he gets that fourth base, this is not just a good value trade, it is a devastating blow. And right now, Reynor, he's feeling that devastation. Queen's on the high ground, almost get the medevac. The fourth hatchery does survive. Units lost tab almost 3-1. Beautiful trading. About 2.5-1, to be more exact, in favor of Clem, who's got a third behind it, who's got his 1-1 upgrades on the way. And, of course, he's going to a 4th and 5th barracks, pumping Marine tank medevac. Beautiful first attack with the Hellbats. He finds a window to punish Reynor for not having a Roach Warren or Baneling Nest. Reynor's early greed does mean he's still in this game. He's on 61 workers. He's got a 4th hatchery up. His upgrade timing is excellent with the Carapace. But I think if that timing doesn't happen, Reynor might just run away with this game. He might be at 80 workers by now. As it is, Reynor's limping his way to 70 drones. And this gives plenty of time for Clem to go 2nd factory, 5th gas, and I would expect him to build a 4th command center, probably out here on the low ground in the next 30 seconds. Drilling claws is on the way. I don't know if he built an armory yet, actually. Oh yeah, of course, armory for the Hellbat timing, so he doesn't need to add the armory now. Lots of Marines moving forward. He's got 2 siege tanks, 30 Marines, Bane speed, nowhere near done. Ling's going to try and move around the south side. Not able to get the engagement just yet. Reynor threatening the counter, but Clem's going to pull back. Clem doesn't want to get surrounded. This is actually, I think, good for Reynor. I don't think he could take the fight because Bane speed's so far away. All right. Clem's so cautious. Look how afraid he is. Really good respect for him. Remember, he's down 0-4 in their recent games, and a lot of it's been letting him run up your depot, you know? In this case, bigger rally at home, 4th command center is there. He feels like, look, let's just go forward, do a pressure, go home. I don't need to do damage. I'm the better late game player. I think that's the correct analysis. Concussive does go down, +2 attack starts. No +2 armor just yet. No vehicle plating either on the armory. 3 Widow Mines are building at a time. Still only 5 barracks, so it's very early to go Marauder production. Normally you don't see people focus on that until they've got the 8 racks up. Ooh, hello. Marines do get caught. 5 of them go down before the medevac gets there. Banelings do roll into a few Marines here as well. Reynor down in army significantly, but he's up to 80 drones. 5 more building. Army starting to venture forth slowly, little by little. Marines dropping in the top left side as well. 9 more drones building. Wow, Reynor's being greedy. Reynor's being very greedy. I think he's willing to give up one of these expansions if he has to, but he's got to stop droning now. Hive does kick in. Let's see how quick Adrenal Glands and Vipers are, because I'm pretty sure that's what he's going for. Vipers don't help that much against Widow Mines, though. And that, like, they help against the medevacs, they help against the siege tanks. There's not many tanks. Lingbane getting ready to intercept. Reynor should be intercepting this rally point, I believe. Lingbane Queen trying to hold on the high ground. The other Lingbane counterattack's going to try to run in now. Is there a hole? And he holds a goal right now. The Zerglings don't click in. Clem with his pants down. I think Clem would have been caught off guard yet again there. And yet Reynor doesn't pull the trigger. He's going to try and come back and surround this army. He's now intercepting the units that are coming forwards. Catches a few of them, but not as many as he would have liked. Does set off a few Banelings to take out 1 Widow Mine. There's plenty more where that came from. More Marines and Mines on the right side of the map, dancing in and out. 4th base looking mighty exposed. Lingbane rolls forward. Siege tank in the back doing very well. Watch out for that Widow Mine. Beautiful play there with the Widow Mine and the siege tank. The flank comes in from behind, but the Widow Mines get some big smears. And you can see now a 3,000 resource lost advantage. Those Widow Mines doing the work. Clem establishes a 4th behind it. Burrows to take... Scans, sorry, to take out the burrowed Zergling. Lands the 4th command center. Vipers are on the way with +3 Carapace, but right now, these trades are too expensive for Reynor. He needs to get a better trade. Burrowed Baneling lands, takes out a pack of Marines on the front line. Didn't even notice that. Masslings try to come in, cut off a few Marines, but only a handful. This base still in jeopardy. Gotta watch out for these Widow Mines. Queen's trying to hold the front line. Vipers come in. Parasitic bombs landing just yet. Zerglings dancing in and out. Ling counter on the 4th base gets an SCV and a Marauder. Not much more than that though. Lingbane does try to engage, but the Marines pull around the corner, and that's a great fight there for Clem. Vipers need to start landing more of these parasitic bombs. There's 4 Vipers out. That's so many Vipers. Blinding Cloud of the Marines, very juicy, but he doesn't have any Lingbane flank. Without a Lingbane flank coming around the right side, this bio can work this angle repeatedly. Still 2 Banelings left. They get focused. Clem stands his ground, and that is the game-winning battle, because there are no Banelings, and that means Clem can dive. That 4th base is going to go down. I think Reynor might be dead. He does have to give up the 4th. His 5th is still up in the top left side of the map. The Banelings have finished morphing. Clem clicks on them, runs forward. Another parasitic bomb. Beautiful spready. He's so quick on the spreadies. Dude, I thought for sure those weak medevacs were going to die. But they don't, and he's rallying to the left side as well. Marine mine on the left, redrop in the main. I don't know if Clem can deal with this. The Banelings come in, but he picks up at the last second. Another parasitic bomb goes down. Surely these drops are going to fall sometime soon. Bio takes out the top left hatch. That's going to put Reynor back to 3 base. Reynor finally catches the drop on the right side with the parasitic bomb spam. But on the left side, he's lost his 4th. And that means 4 base against 3 base. Terran in the lead. Terran up 58 army supply. Reynor not able to hang on here in this game. It was all the momentum from that first held, that timing, setting him up. But from then on, Clem handling things really well. I wonder if Reynor could have counterattacked a little bit more, a little bit harder. It's very difficult when they've got Widow Mines everywhere. You kind of have to watch who you're going to take bad Widow Mines. You can't just click units in willy-nilly. Widow Mine on that right side, clearing drones. The Bio Marauders here. And now that he's on 8 racks, of course, the Marauders mixed in off the single barracks is perhaps what I'm most impressed by. He actually had a good Marauder count there, even though these tech labs came in very, very late. There was a good mix of Marauders in the army, early concussive, and even though it was down in upgrades for some parts of that game, Clem ties up the series very nicely, 1-1. All right, wow. He got pushed up against the wall there. That held that timing, caught him off guard. Reynor's build order was brilliant. I'm not sure if there's really a way to scout what he was up against in that last game. The armory goes up in the back. And then it's just not a moment where you have a way to... I just don't know if there's any way you can scout that build. I think it's just one of those things. Look, if you're playing the build Reynor was doing, sometimes if you want to be safe against that, you just have to build your Baneling Nest earlier as a safety precaution. But it's an odds game. Maybe Reynor was conscious of the Hellbat timing and said, I'm happy to take that risk. It's only like 1 in 5 games he does that, if even that, maybe 1 in 8 games. And it turns out the odds came up on Clem's side. So even if there are Banelings, obviously Clem can still focus them down. He can still make it work very well. But oh my gosh, it's the same build. Oh, Raider's coming back for seconds. I didn't even realize the drone was coming, guys. Oh no. Oh no. Is this gonna work? Okay, here's what I think the response should be, guys. Send the Reaper across the map to harass. Build Marines and just build units on the high ground. Build your command center up here. Go for a starport and a second gas, so you can get an early Raven out, and just kind of push to the low ground with a mixture of like Hellion, Marine, whatever, and a Raven, and then build a 3rd command center up here and stay 1 base mining for a while, but do not try to fight this with the SCV pool, is what my instinct would be. That, or you can go the other direction and just pull enough SCVs that this will be very heavily damaged before it finishes, and that will also work. He's not going to let the Queen get out in the first place. That's another option to bypass this. Seeing this, Reynor could delay Ling speed and go for a quicker 3rd, potentially. It's an option. Because you know this is not going to get up. I think cancelling and building the Evo chamber might be the play here. I think it's definitely the play. Cancel, build Evo. Cancel, build Evo. Is he going to do it? Come on, come on, come on, come on. You know. Oh, he lets it finish. There's no way that Queen pops. This Queen doesn't make sense. Reynor's got to be more flexible. He's building 6 Lings. He's making Ling speed. He's following the build order. I think he needs to be adapting right now. I think this is really good for Clem, because he's committing. I think if he was already pivoting into a 3rd hatchery, Queen's delaying his Ling speed, he'd be in a great spot. But as it is, Queen gets cancelled. He gets the money refunded. But he's got to go. He's built a lot of Zerglings, and he doesn't really have any value he gets out of those. So, Queen is building. Now he sends a drone to the 3rd, but you can tell Reynor's 2 steps behind her. He's also supply blocked right now, building 2 Overlords. Ooh, the Reaper does miss the Zerglings going past, but with no command center on the low ground just yet, I think this is fine. Clem takes the 2nd gas as well. I think if Reynor took this 3rd hatch earlier, I think he's actually in a really good spot, because it's so expensive to pull that many SCVs that early. But building 8 Lings this early seems awkward. Lings. They're hoping he moves his command center down a bit too early. I wouldn't mind his Overlord being off the pillar to see what goes on. Reaper rotates out. Now, this was still a double gas build, which means a quicker starport, but he doesn't need to go Raven this time. Ooh, gets a drone. Clem on fire, dude. That's a drone and a hatchery kill. This Reaper killed both of them. Remember, there's a drone at the heart of every Zerg building. So technically is 2 drone kills. Reaper does get ripped in half by those Zerglings, getting themselves a little bit of revenge though. The Hellions are now on the way. 7 drones building, 3rd hatchery coming up. Natural's only just about to start mining, but the worker count is good for Clem, It's just he doesn't have a third command center or anything. And oh, he's going to go Hellbat timing again. He's like, hey, you're playing very Zergling Queen heavy. But in this case, he's going for it such an early. This is like a Gummio style Hellbat timing. Doesn't want to give Reynor any time to breathe. Beautiful pullback. Zergling's getting wrecked. All of them are going to go down. Oh, wow. Really nice cleanup. 8 units to 1 so far, guys. He's lost 1 Reaper, but all the Zerglings are gone. And we're going to see a medevac pick up these 4 Marines, boost across. And it's going to be 6 Hellbats as well. Oh, there we go. Okay, so 6 Hellbats, 4 Marines. Very juicy timing against the guy who has 3 Queens and a handful of Zerglings. That being said, it's a low enough unit number. The Zerglings may be able to get decent surrounds. Doesn't have Stim Marines behind it, just 4 regular Marines. Nowhere near the firepower that we saw in that last game. Queens and Zerglings are there. Hellbats are going to morph. Medevac, pull away, pull away. Ooh, the Hellbat on the right side needs to be careful. Evo Chamber goes down to try and block this. Tries to throw down another one. That's actually so cool by Reynor, but the Evo does get killed with a drone inside. Hellbat's dancing there. Medevac does take a fair bit of damage. I love this Queen on the right side, targeting that Medevac, but he pulls it away. Clem pulls it away. The Queen gets burnt down. 1 Hellbat falls. There's still 4 left. So only 2 Hellbats in total have gone down here. Transfuses do go down. He needs to land that transfuse from that Queen. He pulls it back. Transfuse on this Queen would be great as well. The Queen has the energy, but she doesn't land it. Oh, he can transfuse the Queen on the right side, though. There we go. Nicely done. There's still a few Hellbats left. 4 Hellbats and a few Marines. The drones are surviving for now. Running away, trying to get away from this. Dude, the Hellbats. He's only got 1 Queen without ranged damage. The Hellbats can just stay in a tight formation. Zerglings can't engage this. Oh, this is such good damage for Clem. Such a good idea doing this counterattack. Realizing Reynor was going to be low on defensive units, relying on link speed, relying on the Queens and Zerglings. Hellbat does get some good damage. Queen goes in, finds very nice damage on that, finally cleans it up. But dude, Banshee's already here, Cloak is almost done, and Reynor has to tap out. GG, well played. You're not going to get one over on me more than once. You got your free win already, says Clem. And now Clem takes the lead in the series. It's always fireworks when these two play, isn't it? It's a big best of 7, though. I do think Reynor, he looked a little too stiff there. I think the moment he saw 7 SCVs, he should have already been in a cancel the hatchery, build an Evo Chamber mindset. Because what did he do by keeping the hatchery up on the enemy natural guys? It basically kept the SCVs there for like a few more seconds. But then you're giving up your refund. If you cancel... probably don't even bother with an Evo. If there's that many SCVs and a Reaper attacking it, don't even bother. Just cancel and run the drone away and try to build the extractor if you can, just to waste a few more seconds. But I think he could have got so many more minerals back, plus the opportunity cost of trying to build a Queen there for 10-15 seconds in Clem's natural, and building 8 Zerglings early. So imagine if he built a 3rd hatchery 30 seconds faster and maybe gets to start his Overlord earlier and then a 2nd Queen. I think that's a very different opening. Where even if he is surprised by the Hellbat counterattack, it's not as vicious because he has an extra Queen or 2 out. He has a bit more Queen energy. He's just in a better position in general. So I think hats off to Clem for basically saying, look, I don't have a lot of experience against this build. Rather than doing a very fancy like Raven cleanup of the creep spread, let's just pull more SCVs than I need, make sure I shut it down, and make sure there's no chance for it to really get going. Here we go, guys. Drone's trying to return minerals. We have a note from a French player who watched live. Says the French commentator during the live game said that Reynor was trying to throw Clem on tilt by doing that twice. It would have absolutely wrecked him mentally. I don't think Clem's response was super well refined. And I like I said, I do actually think Reynor could have got a lead off that. Now, this is going to be the same opening Reynor did before. Mines open the gold minerals. Gasless, 3 hatchery. He'll go Roach and double Evo wall off. And then he's going to... The thing is, I think he goes normal 3rd base this time, not the gold, because he took the gold last time, and it's really vulnerable, and you know Clem's going to know you're doing this, so I don't think it's a good play unless you're doing a Link Flood all in. What is he doing? He's bringing multiple drones over here. 3... What is this? It's just a Link Flood. Oh, so he's fake transferred to the natural guys. He's fake transferred to make this look like a more normal build. Oh, his drones cancel a bit too early. Oh no, the Reaper's going to see it. The Reaper's going to see what's happening, though. This is really bad. This is too fancy. It's too fancy for young Reynor, guys. If he left some Lings there to block the Reaper, maybe. But as it is, he's just droning up. He's mined open the door, so at least he's got a run-by path from now on. And that can be annoying. The Reaper is on the wrong side of the map. He's still looking for the hatchery, so actually the Reaper's nowhere nearby. Oh, this could find some good damage. He's going to get in with 6 Zerglings. He's really trying to throw Clem off his game right now. Oh, but that micro, dude, he's so good with his SCV micro. The SCVs defend the Marine. Dude, I feel like there is this magic superpower. The best Terrans in the world have, like Clem and few others, where when their Marine has a whole bunch of Zerglings going after him, dude, it's like when a streamer has someone call them a name. And you know, like when someone's just being super obnoxiously like a D-bag in Twitch chat, and then out come the White Knights, the SCVs. Like, I'm talking about the mods, the regular viewers, people who've been sub for years. They're the SCVs. And you know, you think, oh my god, where did these 8 Zerglings come in calling me names? I'm just here streaming, trying to be a nice guy, share my love of gaming. There's people just being dicks to me for no reason. But then you realize you are loved. Because suddenly out of nowhere, there's like 20 people who watch your stream every day. And they're like, don't worry, you're the best, buddy. We love you, yeah. And you're like, my fragile ego, it's fine. Oh, it feels fine now. Because you gotta remember, streamers are the most fragile people in the world, where they just so desperately want people to like them, even though there's so little to like about us. Anyways, that's a bit too much of a tangent. Roach Roaring does go up. There's no link speed. He is going to do the same build order. But the 3rd hatchery did get quite delayed. He's going to go forward with 2 queens. Looks like he'll, pull them out. Go for the full ball. Just keep it simple. Nice way to play. But, yeah, no, I do love it when people White Knight. Like, that Marine, it feels like the girl who walks into the land, the pretty girl, and or like into the tech shop, and she's like, hey guys, I'm trying to build a gaming computer. And they're like, oh, I can help you. They're like, I know, I want to help you. You need more RAM. You know, their voices are like going unusually high and popping and cracking in excitement. They're like, yeah. Carapace coming in. 3 roaches building. We've got Cloak coming. 2 engineering bays are being built. 3 command centers are there. 2nd and 3rd barracks do go down. Yeah, that's right, guys. This is game 4 of the grand finals of the FEL Krakow. Reynor absolutely stomped Clem in the upper bracket before this. Does he have spores? 1, 2, 3. He skipped it on the natural, but looks like the Banshee's going to sneak down the right side, so I think that makes a lot of sense to skip it over there. I love that he's going early Carapace so consistently. The fact that he's going +1 range means he's going to be a bit more roach committed than normal. I do wonder, I don't think he should take this gold base, but I think he's going to. I actually think it's better if he just breaks these rocks or something and takes these, or maybe kills this Evo when Carapace is done, has a new Evo to build off. I don't know. I just feel like this gold base puts you in such a compromised position, and it's very predictable because everyone does it. If they take this forward third, they always take that 4th, and then the Roach Ravager, just it's like the moment you can't win the fight, you lose your 4th and then your 3rd right afterwards. Oh no! Banshee's coming in. Banshee's coming in. 4 drones. Did find the spawler space. Some gentlemen are maidenless. Others are spawlers. Reynor, most of his hatcheries had spores, but not that one. Of course, that's the one that gets found. Roachhorn needs to rebuild. Yeah, he realizes it's going to go down, and that actually breaks the wall open, so he just starts a new Roachhorn, and that's fine. It does delay his roach speed, which is very annoying. And the Queen is landing a few attacks, but I love this positioning for Clem, guys. Just realizing, hey, there's a sweet spot. Your Queens can't attack across there. Gets the Roachhorn. The new one has to get built, and this puts Reynor in a bit of a weird position. Because suddenly any sort of roach timing potential is just, what are you going to do, attack without roach speed? No way. Clem had a bunker out. He was so worried about roach timings. I don't think he's worried at all anymore. 2 infestors are on the way. Ling speed. +1 range. I think he's got to go +2 carapace before Hive. I've made the mistake a few times with this build recently, going Hive first. Reaper goes down. But I think +2 carapace is actually the most important. He goes Hive first. He's very gas-starved at this moment in the build. Very gas-starved. He's got enough for it now, but he's got to remember it. He goes roach speed. Of course, that's also a priority. But it feels like his upgrade advantage has now disappeared. +2 carapace now begins, but the armory's finished, and Clem could start +2 attack, but chooses to queue up a tank instead. Hey, the Banshee's repaired, and they've come back for more. That Spore Crawler placement doesn't really guard the gases, does it? Guards the minerals very nicely. But really good movement here by Clem. Another 6 drones go down. Units lost tab, 11-1 in Clem's favor. That's resource lost value. The destructible rocks all disappearing on this map now as they are off creep, which meant they did kind of burn down. They melt down without nutrition coming in. Those Zerg rocks, as they're called. If you spread creep to them, they do actually stop losing life. One Banshee falls. Another one does survive, though. Fungal's here. Oh, great first Fungal. Clem is so famous for just eating Fungals these days, but doesn't lose that many Marines. And remember, with no Roach speed, the Roach count maybe not as high as Reynor would have liked. It's a bit awkward. He does end up taking this hatchery, as I said, better than the gold base, this one, or even this base up here I prefer. But at least with this setup, he's got an easy 5th and 6th base on the top left side. They're just a little far away, so if a drop sneaks over there, they can get sniped off. Pig, did you cast their previous match? Yeah, just before this. You guys can go back and check it. Great action, but relatively quick games. Lots of depots left down for Clem in their first series. And then Clem getting proxy hatched at the start of this one has been brutal. But he's fought back, and the second attempt for the proxy hatch did not work out. Reynor, I just don't think he was mentally prepared for Clem to just pull 7-8 SCVs and kill it immediately. Oh, he's still pushing. I thought Clem was going to back off. He's still shoving. Oh, Clem really wants to trade right now, guys. Good spready for him. He's got a 4th command center up behind this. He's kept Reynor on a really low work account. I feel like he could unsiege, go home, and come back a minute from now with 2-2 and actually have a much better timing. Oh my gosh, what's his army doing so far away from his tanks? The Fungal. Oh my god, the Fungal catches the medevacs. But looks like Bio shoves in on the 4th. Queens are there. Oh, Widow Mines have now started to come in. Roach Ravager looking for the Biles. These siege tanks are exposed. The Infestors, though, have mostly gone down. There's no Fungals left in here. With no more Fungals, no Bane speed. It's an awkward moment where the Bio may just reign supreme. Roach Ravager Ling doing a good job of dancing in and out, though. Every time Clem has to stim, it takes a while for his medevacs to heal that up, but he's a bit too damaged deep on creep. Banshee does come forward along with the Widow Mines. I love Reynor's micro in and out. He keeps pulling back at the perfect time, but just before he overextends. But remember, he's only on 72 work because it's a low work account. Oh, he sets off that Widow Mine. Perfect defusal there. But look at this. Clem says, lol, you don't have any anti-air. Clicks on the hatchery, but he stays too long, doesn't get the hatchery, and loses a ton of bio to Banelings. Clem just tried to do the thing Zerg players hate, where they just run away from the army, click on a hatchery, and then pick up and boost away. It's the... That's what Zerg players think, guys. If you ever do that as a Terran, just remember, you're winning psychologically, even if you're losing the game. Every time you run away from their army, click on a hatchery, and then pick up and boost away, part of the Zerg's soul dies inside them. The Bio trying to start it back here, trying to spread. The Widow Mine's not really getting the big booms he would have liked. Oh, good dodge on the Bile with the Unburrow, though. Very slick move there, despite not even having Drilling Claws. Bio Mine trying to shove forward on creep. Clem just wants to fight all day, all night. He is not giving Reynor any room to breathe in this series. 5 Ravages in the back. Ling Bane rolls forward. Ling Bane getting some big booms. Sorry, guys, hard to catch that angle with those medevacs getting in the way, but he got a lot of the Marines there. And Reynor actually finding excellent engagements. Wow, Clem went too deep, man. Clem, he kept attacking. All he needed to do, I think, was slow down in this game. There was very little creep control. Reynor was stuck in the mid-game, even though he had a hive tech. The SCV's now guarding the planetary there. Dude, he needs the planetary. He needs that planetary. Planetary does go down. Reynor gets it and pulls back, but he's got to get out of here. He's got to get out of here real fast. Clem, you know he's going to chase after him. Clem just lost his 4th base. Clem is 100% just going to YOLO right now. There is no other strategy Clem knows and loves more than that. The reason he lost this base is he went too deep with his bio. His Marines got taken out. Clem got a bit too aggressive. I remember watching, I think it was a Katowice. We were watching Clem play some Zerg matches. I remember Reynor being there. And he was cheering for Clem because they are friends. And he was like, bro, stop attacking. He's like, just for 2 seconds, stop attacking and you can't lose this game. And Clem kept attacking and kept losing games because he kept attacking when it was not a good time to attack. Right now, it's a good time for him to harass, but not have a standing, fighting battle because he is massively outnumbered. He snipes the hatchery on the right side, does take some Fungals on the left, starts to stutter step. He's got to watch out. Parasitic Bomb comes in, 2 Parasitic Bombs. Fungal does not land. 1 medevac dies with 3 Marines inside. The other one does die as well. Many of the medevacs do take big damage, but, oh, it's torches, baby. It's torches. He's going to heal those medevacs up. Oh, dude, Parasitic Bomb is not that effective on this map because of that healing shrine. That's actually crazy. Heals up all those medevacs that are damaged from the Parasitic Bomb and the healing shrine. New 4th base is floating out. Clem is down 20 workers. He is down 20 army supply. +3 carapace is kicked in. His +3 weapons. Clem's weapons not even halfway done. Which means right now, it's a really good situation for Reynor, upgrades-wise, economy-wise. The question is, can he defend this push? He's got some fungals, but not that much. He doesn't have that many banelings either. A lot of his army still Roach Ravager, kind of awkward supply. He doesn't have the biggest work account, which means his bank isn't there just yet. Bigling counterattack gets in. 8 SCVs go down. New 4th base will fall, but the Liberator does push him back. Marauders drop in the top left side. They pull away. Lings do get 9 workers, and the command center got killed. He didn't lift it. Clem was too busy microing on the front. He has to start a step away. I think Clem, he's trying to win with his micro here, but now his 3rd gets ransacked as well, and I think that's going to be it. If this army can't kill this right now, he's screwed. Ooh, what's for the parasitic bombs? Oh, the fungal bomb combo. The Wombo combo does land in a big way, and so much damage. I love the way Clem spreads, but it doesn't matter. The queens, the spores, the parasitic bomb, they shoot down those drops. These Marauders and Libs coming on the left side. He actually does get a hatchery snipe. 2-base Clem right now, Terraning as hard as he can possibly Terran. Some people, they say, what do you do when you're behind in StarCraft? Clem has an answer. He says, tear in. And that's exactly what he's doing. I don't know how to describe what he's doing other than Terran and ing. Terraning. Basically, it's what you do when you're behind with Terran. You siege libs, you bounce your drops, you bounce between the bases, and you find the openings. But Reynor cleans up the Liberator with the Ravagers on the left side, cleans up the drop here. Clem running around like a headless chicken, looking for an opening, and Reynor's leaving him nothing. Ling's running on the 3rd, and once again ransack the SCV line. It's just a bit too desperate here for young Clement. Clement. Rip and tear in. They cut the end of the line off in Doom, guys. It's not rip and tear, it's rip and Terran. Ravager Baneling's still there. These Marauders trying to drop. Clem trying to make magic happen with those fast hands of his. Does find a queen sitting out there. Oof. Liberator goes out the left side. Bio is there as well. I love that he's still rallying Libs. Unfortunately, he's got nothing to defend his 3rd base. So Liberator goes in there, insta-dies to Bio. Liberator goes in there, Queen says, get away from my drones, you dirty predator. Does end up losing the fight to the Liberator, but as long as Reynor pays attention, he can move that Spore down, and indeed he will do just that. Pulls the drones away. Ravagerling Bane rolls over the ground army. Clem right now is huffing copium. And Reynor does push him out of the game, tying up the series 2-2. Lovely play for Reynor. We got to look at where that turned, because it felt like Clem had Reynor in a somewhat compromised situation where he was kind of stuck below 80 workers, not where Reynor really likes to be. It's a map without a lot of room to breathe. Let's find the fight that went wrong. I mean, that was a bit crazy, right? This whole, the way he's fighting here, I would describe as unnecessary, right? I just don't see why he needs to be diving like this and forcing these fights, especially when Fungal's out. Like, if I had to describe Clem's way of countering fungal growth, I would describe it as everything you should not do against a player who has infestors is what Clem does every game. And there is like this narrow margins where there's not enough energy, or he's good enough with his vision and dodging fungals and knowing the infestors are just off to the right so he can go in the left, where this stuff can pay off big. And it also is part of, we've talked about this many times, it's Clem's whole philosophy behind, he thinks to be the best Terran, you need to be willing to attack when other players wouldn't dare attack. I think he pushes this too far sometimes. I think it is a weak spot for him, and I think that's the only thing that can describe this army going way too deep and then having to run all the way back to there and then diving this army forward up the left. And he does this stuff a little bit more than he's... I just don't think he needed his tanks to be exposed to this sort of risk at this point. And I think he's so close to maxing out where it's like, you're in a really good spot right now. You get your 4th command center out, floated out. He was leaning pretty heavily into the aggression. He does have the 8 Rex Tech Labs. He's got quite a few Marauders. So obviously he was trying to be more aggressive. He didn't want to just sit back. And right now it's equal upgrades 1-1, whereas +2 Carapace is about to finish. But it did feel like, I don't think it was this fight. I think it was the fight after this actually, where he went way too deep. Let's check. So he loses all of his tanks and a lot of medevacs there as well. So that fight already I think was not great for Clem. Even though it's not like, I mean, he's ahead in supply, so you could argue it's fine because he wants to go into Widow Mines anyway. I think it's the next fight. See, once again, yeah, I mean, this was just unnecessary here. This was a crazy move. He gets a lot of guys hit there trying to snipe that hatchery. Super unnecessary. Like, just for context, when a Zerg's on Ravager Baneling, it's a pretty low tier comp where they're not really feeling like this is the best late game comp, and usually, like, the more Marauders and the more perfectly engaged for Terran, the better it is for them. You could just kind of see here, it's like, okay, well, you just threw away some bio, you threw away your tanks. And then he just shoves too aggressively. I think it's here. Yeah. He actually gets hit by Banelings. Oh, not this one. It's the next one. And I mean, this is how Clem wins games, right? Just being in your face. But he messes up at this point. Yeah, look at that. Widowmine lands friendly fire. Banelings get right on top and he doesn't see them under the medevacs. And suddenly he's just lost way too many units. So this was just basically Clem doing what he does best. It's what wins him games, but he just overstepped. So in theory, I'm always like, this is just overly aggressive. You don't need to do this. On the other hand, I think for Clem, he would look at this and he would say, just do it better. I misclicked a few times. I mismicroed a few times. Take 5% off of those dives. Don't change the strategy. Just do them a little bit better. And I think it probably would work just fine for him. So as much as it seems like something, like I said, no one else should play this style because it's so dangerous, he normally can pull it off a little better than that, but Reynor found a really good engagement there. Well played. All right, guys, Clem in the top right side now, tied up 2-2. Reynor in the bottom left. Really nice win there for him. But it does feel like, you know, this is Clem, even when he loses, it's like, maybe if he just takes 5% off that aggression and chills out, he's getting in good positions, even when he loses maps. We're going to go on Tokamak, pretty big map, which means Reynor is probably going to try to get up to like 90 drones and really, you know, smash his way into the economy. I do wonder, though, if he expects 2-Rax Reaper. We've seen a lot of it on this map. I don't know if it's really the best. There's not many ledges, but a lot of players tend to play it. So I feel like, well, Reynor's not gone 15-15, so we know he's actually going to play a Hatch Gas pool. Because I think he only plays Gasless and Roach builds off of the 15-15 opening. I think if he plays 16 hatchery like this, it's always going to be 18 gas, 17 pool, right? Yeah. So you can see this drone builds the gas, and then this drone builds the spawning pool. This guy, he manually doubles him up on that patch. So now he's got 2 workers on each mineral patch. Really, yeah. Okay, cool. So Reynor is going to play Ling Speed. It's almost certain he'll play Ling Bane this game then. There is a chance he plays Ling Infester. But it's a bit of a greedy build. He's shown it a bunch in the lead up to EWC. I'm not sure if he'll be willing to risk doing it here. All right. Command center comes up in the natural. Oof. I feel like Clem, he played Banshees a few times. I think he's just going to play Hellion Banshee. I think this map's got decent space for Banshees to rotate around. I just don't think he's going to play 2-1-1 again. So he already did that in this series. And I feel like Clem likes to just rotate his builds. I think his general rule is like, just change your play up. Don't let your opponent settle into a rhythm. Look at this. 2 drones go out. And Clem's like, which one do I block? He chooses to block this hatchery, since that is, I think, the one Zergs would prefer. Forces Reynor to take the triangle. Reynor sends the other one back. And Reynor did take this before anything else. So he's got 2 queens, 4 Zerglings. Reynor has, of course, delayed his Ling Speed. Ooh, nice spore trick there. Good spore trick. Reaper dancing. Queen's out, though. She'll be able to push this back. Of course, quite a bit of mining time lost. That's, 20 minerals or so of mining time, just keeping the drone in the spore crawler that long. And Zerglings will chase the Reaper away. I love that he tries to get another shot in before he leaves. That's such a Clem thing. Most players will be like, red hit point Reaper, run away. Clem's like, no, I have 12 hit points. I'm fine. Maybe it was 11. Very low. There we go. Starport goes down. So it looks like, it looks like a Hellion Banshee to me. Could go Liberator. We don't see Liberator very often these days. Guys like Reynor are usually so good at handling the Liberator, whereas the Banshee is a bit more flexible, creates extended periods of interaction. Oh, don't tell me he gets 2. Oh, Reynor's going to be so tilted, but he doesn't lose the second tumor. Oh, if he lost 2 creep tumors, that would be really bad. Because it not only slows down the creep, it really ruins your queen energy as well. Because then you're like, do I skip and inject on this third base? Like, do I delay creep tumors? If there's a Hellbat timing again, I'm not going to have any transfuses. And we do have 4 queens. Well, 3 out, 2 more building. It's going to be 5 queens into roaches, no Ling Speed. Actually does start. He's got the second gas mining, so it probably goes cloak afterwards. Oh, gets another tumor snipe. Clem. Doesn't show up in the units lost, unfortunately. I wish there was like an easy way to see like the tally of how many creep tumors got sniped. Oh, he hits actually the creep tumor with a Hellion Splash. Careful. Gets pushed back, and creep is spreading. 2 queens on each side. But he gets another one. Another creep tumor. Is that 3, 4 creep tumors? Something like that? That's at least 3. Really annoying harassment here for Clem. 3rd and 4th gas. Mech! Ladies and gentlemen, mech. He's going to play mech. He's going to go, he's going 4 gas, which means we will see 2nd and 3rd factory in the near future. Probably keeps building Banshees all game, or at least for a while. Oh, man. Reynor, he had some good moments against Maru's mech. He had some moments where he looked overwhelmed, outmatched, tilted. Where starts up. I don't know if they played this on a mod. Because if they could have played this on a mod that removed the Cyclone bug. Generally speaking, when it comes to gaming and esports, I usually trust Polish people to do things in a way that just makes sense for hardcore players and competition. Whilst bigger events will be like, we'll just leave the bug in there because it's the official ladder version everyone plays on, even though there's a bug. And we could just host it on this mod where everything else is the same but not the bug. We're not going to do that. I don't know. I have faith in Polish people. I don't know, though. Oh, Hellion's coming in! So many drones exposed on that base. He tries to do the wall off, but I don't think that's down. Hellion's gonna get in. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Reynor is in D-Town right now, guys. Oh no. The Banshee's also doing well on this side. He doesn't have an Overseer there yet. Overseer hasn't even started morphing. Oh my gosh, Clem. Oh, anyone call for some barbecue? I did not realize, but there's a whole bunch of Mad Max characters driving these bloody Bernie cars. They've got flamethrowers attached to them, and they're absolutely smashing. The 4th hatchery's gonna get cancelled as well. Oh, dude, if he kept the 4th base up, it would have been okay, but look at this. Okay, Reynor does wall off the ramp, so he can't escape, but look, he's even attacking the drones from the high ground. Hatchery goes down. I don't think it got cancelled, guys. We'll check in a moment. The Hellions are going to continue to circle. Oh, Reynor is in a dark, dark place, but when you skip link speed, you cannot let them get past you with their Hellions. Oh, my gosh. And, yep, the hatchery did not get cancelled. Otherwise, it wouldn't show up in that unit's lost image. Nice spore trick here for him, but dude. Okay, finally a Banshee goes down. But look at that. 2-1 units lost, and most importantly, 26 drones did fall, guys. 26 drones, 4 Zergans, a Queen, and a Hatchery for a Banshee, 8 Hellions, and a Reaper. And that means you've got 60 SCVs against 49 SCVs. If Reynor brings this back, he is a wizard. I am officially going to hand him his invite to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, because I'm telling you, man, he's going to take some friggin' intense play. That being said, mech is a little bit lower intensity than bio at pushing advantages. The problem is it's going to be battle mech, at least to start, and battle mech is pretty fast moving. It's pretty in your face. He does have good creep spread right now. 7 queens, 5 roaches. He's building a few more in roach speed. There are roaches there as well as queens. Needs to pull these roaches back to this right side, though. Can't be letting him get by. Infestation pit, and a lot more drones are building. And Clem needs to, I think, keep attacking. I'd love to see him keep attacking Alien Cyclone, build a 4th CC on location. Looks like he's just going to start that here. Nice. These Hellions rotating. No armory or engineering bay just yet, guys. Now, is the infestation? It's for infestors. So yeah, 1 infestor has started. I think Reynor's already realizing he's gonna need magic to get him back in this game. Hence, he's building spellcasters. Why do they call it a best of 7 instead of a first of 4? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just been that way for a long time across many sports and competitions, right? Cyclone Hellion on the left side of the Banshees. Hellions on the right. Drones are in the open. Oh, it's a barbecue again. Oh, no. Oh, no. Dude. Oh, and he gets in the natural as well. Because the Hellion Cyclone pressuring these guys on the 3rd at the same time. Hellions get another pack of drones in the natural. Dancing in and out at the front. The Queens are starting to get taken down by the Cyclones, which means those Banshees on the front lines could be a big problem. These Queens, they may be deep on red hit points, but they are not dead. Oh, 21 more workers going down. If Reynor wins this game, he gets 2 invites to Hogwarts, guys. He gets literally, it's not Hagrid that comes to get him. It's like a version of Hagrid that has 2 heads attached to his body. It's like Siamese Hagrid twins. And he has like 2 motorbikes stuck together with 2 carriages, 1 on each side, for each of Reynor's giant balls to sit in. I just don't think he can bring it back. Good Fungals, does catch a few Cyclones and a Banshee there. Queen's trying to come forward. The Roaches, let Roach be trying to push it back, but Clem's got him pinned right now. Clem's got a 4th base going out. He could build a 5th, he could build a 6th. He's got upgrades coming into the vehicle plating. Clem has Reynor under the gun. He's in such a hard position right now. Oh, the Banshees. They've got Banshee speed, and they take out the Infestors, and that is huge. Oh. One of the Infestors does survive, but no energy on him. Queen's trying to push him back. Roach is trying to survive. Reynor microing like a beast right now. Reynor used to be called the comeback kid because he'd make so many comebacks. But it's going to be difficult against Clem. I mean, Clem is absolutely ridiculously good. They initially just called Reynor the kid when he was coming up. They're like, hey, this kid's pretty good. He didn't like it, and he did manage to actually push a social media campaign to force that name upon Clem instead. He just called Clem the kid enough until people forgot that Reynor's name was the kid and they started calling Clem the kid. One of Reynor's biggest successes in terms of propaganda. 8 drones go down. Actually, you know, he caught a lot of the Hellion Cyclone with the Roach Infestor. The supply is kind of close. You know this is not Clem's best start, and he's not building these command centers on location, which just means it takes a little bit longer to extrapolate his economy. He doesn't have the second armory. Reynor's on 78 workers. He's making neural. Oh my gosh, these Banshees though. Okay, the Fungal will kill at least one of them, I think. Second one is still there, though. Oh my god, he's just so outnumbered. Dude, these Banshees are causing him so much problems. So many problems. Another Infestor gets focused. Clem's Infestors right now are bullying, man. I feel like I'm watching Twitch chat when they're interacting with Upper Tree. It's just straight up bullying right now. This isn't even nice. Get these Banshees out of here. Reynor has so few tools to work with, and yet he's hanging on. Oh, he lands a Fungal, but I don't think he's close enough to really kill many of those units. Roachling will run forward. He chains the Fungal, gets a few Cyclones. Great catch for Reynor, but he's low on Infestor energy. Needs to keep building these bad boys. Does take out one of those Banshees. Queens continue to inject. He's only got 4 Queens. Reynor needs to keep building Queens right now with his minerals because he just doesn't have any other anti-air. If he loses these Queens, he's got so few. He starts a few more Queens. He starts melee. He starts a gas. He is holding on for dear life. I don't know why Clem has not started building siege tanks, guys. It just shows I don't think he practices this style that much. I've seen a lot of players who just basically don't stop building Cyclone Hellion, and I think if you do this, you want to attack both sides at once. You don't want to attack in one area. You want to constantly be doing run-bys, drive-bys, that sort of thing. But Clem's kind of playing this like a bit more of a front-on style, which it's okay at, but it's definitely not as powerful, I would say, as attacking 2 sides, or even better. If he gets like 4 tanks out and spreads them around here and then does that move, it's just nothing you can do against that as Zerg. Clem refusing to build siege tanks, though. He's just like, yeah, whatever, I just keep making Cyclones. He's going to make a second starport as well. I'd love to see that extra armory. Banshee comes in on that right side. Oh, so hard for Reynor to deal with, but Reynor's doing a good job. He's got a hive, he's got a Baneley nest. He's right now halfway through punching his way out of his coffin. We can see bone, right? We can see bone sticking out of his hands. Like, his hand is bloodied, but the fact that he's like punched his hand out of the coffin and he's starting to like tear the timbers away and kind of get himself into a situation where we can imagine him surviving, it's wild. And he's going to try and neural these Cyclones. We've seen him do this before against Maru. He's got a lot of Ravager Ling right now. The Ling's not good against the Blue Flame Hellions, but you gotta watch out for these Fungals, bro. Nice Cyclone lock-ons. He gets himself 2 Infestors with those lock-ons. Really well played by Clem. Splitting some Hellions to the right side as well. Oh, big Neurals. Okay, gets a few Neurals on these Cyclones. Uses those to turn the Cyclones on their own units, but he's got to pull them back now so he can actually kill them as well, and he does so. Nice Neural Parasites. Hellions drive in. Queens will eventually defend this pack, but not before 10 more drones have gone down. Reynor trying to take a 5th base on this right side, but he can't get it up. That's a problem right now. Clem just in his face, not giving him room to do what he wants to do, and that 5th base will go down. Reynor cancels it. He's going to have to send a drone out to that left side, but... oh, he lands a Fungal! He lands some really juicy Fungals. The Roach Ravager jumps on top. Clem right now, diving up in there, does lose a lot of his Cyclones. Great move for Reynor, but he just lost all of his Infestors, guys. 13 Infestors have gone down in this game. He just threw a Fungal on the ground there. I guess that must have been one of the rallying Infestors. He's building 7 more Infestors, trying to survive right now as Reynor, but he's on 4 base against a 5 base Terran. He has actually traded almost even with Clem. Clem built a tank, a random siege tank. He's building Libs. If he builds more of these units, they'll be really effective. I think tank's much better than Libs right now because he doesn't have lib range, so they'll easily be targeted by the Ravagers, whereas the tanks have a much longer siege range. However, he can use the libs to harass the bases. That's going to be really hard for a Reynor who's already completely broke to deal with. Reynor down in supply, down in army supply, down in economy, down in workers. He is up against the ropes. These infestors getting locked on by these mag field debag cyclones. They're doing such a good job. Bile's coming across the front. He does land himself another fungal to stop this Cyclone Hellion running in and out. But Reynor just can't quite hang on. His numbers are too low. Units lost are very even between the two players. +2 melee, +3 ranges on the way. Vehicle weapons +1 has only just started. +2 vehicle plating is already finished. He does have a double armory up. But Clem keeping Reynor in a very restricted position. I feel like Clem's been on top of him for the entire fight, and he's just smothering him. He's kind of doing that thing you see sometimes where the fighter just keeps putting their body on the face and putting their hands over the mouth of the other guy so he can't breathe properly. That's where Reynor is right now. He can't breathe. He does take out those 2 libs. Very nicely done. He needs some Neurals, that siege tank. Dude, look at the power a single siege tank adds to this. Neural parasites go down. Reynor knows he needs this 5th base. He tries to Neural, but the Cyclones coming in, focuses Infestors. Clem comes in and just clicks on the Infestors like a friggin' mad lad. The lib siege on his face. Clem right now is throwing his Black Amex card at Reynor. He's saying, I have more money than you. Why are you so poor? Why are you so poor, idiot? That's essentially the way Clem's playing this game right now. He's just got so much money. He doesn't care. He can just throw units at him. These are not the cleanest engagements, but it doesn't matter. He can drown Reynor in numbers. He is zerging the Zerg player, and this is what BattleMech does when it gets far enough ahead. They just throw units at you, spam them at you, and it's so hard to hang on. Biles will take out the lib. The tank will go down. Reynor somehow defends his 5th base. I do not know how. The problem I worry about, because I actually think Reynor is winning this game in terms of morale, in terms of awesomeness, in terms of like the fact that you should not be in any playable position. The fact you're playing this well, you should feel amazing. I have a feeling playing from this far behind may make him feel helpless going into the next game. Lib comes in on the right side. Queens will take care of it. But on that left side, 13 drones have gone down. Those are 13 drones he could not afford to lose right now. This is such a bummer for a Reynor who is absolutely broke. The tanks, the libs, the Hellbats now morphed. And these Infestors not really having anything to say about it. The Ravagers do pile the lib. There's more libs behind it, more Hellbats, more Cyclones. I mean, this is such a nasty rally of Terran mech. Roach is trying to come in. Reynor, I think he's going to try to give up, try to fight this base. And if he can't hold it, he will give up. Lands a Blinding Cloud on one tank. The Viper almost goes down. He has to pile a lib. Another lib does go down. But the hatchery is in the red, and that means Reynor is going to have to stand his ground and fight, and that's not going to work out. 3 tanks in the back, libs as well. Fungal does land on the Cyclones, but there's nothing there to close out the kills on those units. These tanks doing so much, man. I don't know how Reynor is still alive. It just shows how good he is from behind. Hats off to Reynor, man. Really well played. This man somehow, like, he died at like 5 minutes, and then he somehow made the death animation go for 11 minutes straight. That was kind of amazing. But Clem, with that first Hellion run by, gets the damage. So guys, a really small change here. Like a tiny move from Reynor would have changed everything. So at this point, guys, when these Hellions run in, if he just shuffled these Queens south, so the Hellions had to drive around this side, I think Clem would have disengaged. The fact that he squeezes through that hole and only loses a Reaper and a few hits on a Hellion is huge. And then the fact that there's not already any wall off, like no Evo chamber. There should have already been an Evo chamber on the other side so that it's easy to wall off. And I actually think like he should have been able to wall. If that was an Evo chamber, maybe, but it's just because this creep tumor's here. We really should never have had a creep tumor here. This just makes it, this creep tumor ruined Reynor's day. Because if he didn't have that creep tumor, he loses a bunch of drones there, but he shuts it down much quicker. He can focus on then defending his 4th base, which is great, and rebuilding his drones. But because this goes for like 2 minutes, he just takes so much damage with Hellions just driving around in circles, killing everything. I mean, look how long this goes for. And he's like, ah, kill them. And he's like, I'm back down here again. Like, that just goes for so long. It's way too much damage. GG, well played. I think Reynor showed, though, he is an expert of playing against mech right now in that mid game. So if Clem didn't have such a lead, I think Reynor would have got him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get laid on ley lines. I don't know, that's a bad pun, but you know, whatevs. It's game 6. Reynor needs to win this or he's out. Now remember, overall score, he's 5 wins, 3 losses to Clem. in their last 8 games. Unfortunately, doesn't matter. That previous series, the domination he showed there does not matter, as it doesn't carry over to this one. We've got a depot coming up there, and looks like a pretty standard opening for Clem. You can see he's going to go retakes, and then of course sends an SCV over, takes that clash just a second later. It takes bravery, it takes courage to tell a joke that bad. I know, I agree, guys. What can I say? I'm like, but who's going to hold the torch for Protoss players? Because we're on torches. You know, it's that level. Does anyone, like, have a name that's, like, easily punned or something? Like, maybe, I don't know. Because, like, those, you know, there's those people who make really dumb jokes about names that are, like, blatantly obvious that everyone has clearly made in their life before, but people are still stupid enough and just ignorant enough to keep on making that same joke. They're like, oh, your name's Bag? Is that because you carry things? Like, you know, just obviously that's not an actual example of a name, but that sort of, like, stupid level of joke. And people are so stupid, they'll keep making that joke. I am that guy who keeps I meet someone and I go, oh, your name's like this. Haha, is that like blah, blah, blah? And they just, like, you can see the pain in their eyes of, like, I've never heard that one before, buddy. You're really original. I haven't been hearing that for my entire life. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, now that I think about it, that's really obvious and also dumb. But yeah, sometimes I just can't resist. Sometimes I feel like, I think my sense of humor might just be about making the other person deal with the pain of hearing the words I've said almost as much as the actual funniness of it, you know? Queens are on the way here. Looks like a hatch gas pool for Reynor. He's going to go for that style. And, oh, hello. I thought he was skipping the Reaper. The Reaper's already out. Never mind. I got excited for no reason. SCV is going to block the triangle third. People usually prefer that. This one's really far away by ground. Like, this third base sucks. Oh, and Reynor doesn't get it up. He also doesn't get the extractor. Oh, Clem blocks him. If you stand next to the gas, there's not enough space to take the extractor. That's crazy, man. Oh, no. But look, he knows that the Reaper's going to chase the Lings. So Reynor's going to send a second drone down south. This is still not a good start for Reynor at all, but at least he's going to get that base up. And actually, he could have gone north. Oh, he sends another drone out north. He's going to get it. Okay, these Lings sacrifice themselves for the greater good. Those Kroot warriors do go down. And that third hatchery does come up. Reaper's going to pull back. Wouldn't it be cool, guys? You know how, like, Zerglings are kind of like ghouls from the Undead in Warcraft 3. And ghouls had a cannibalize feature where they could literally, you get an upgrade and they could eat corpses to regenerate. I feel like Zerglings should have that, like, but it's like the Kroot in Warhammer, where they, like, you gain some of the attributes of the enemy you eat. So if you eat, like, enough Reapers in the game, all your Zerglings can jump up and down cliffs from then on out, you know? So, like, it basically means if someone goes 3x Reaper and they build, like, too many Reapers, you're like, uh-oh, got the 10th Reaper, now my Lings can jump up cliffs. I just think that would improve StarCraft. I don't know about you guys. I think it would be fun. Second gas comes up. Hellion Banshee will be on the way after the third command center. Pretty straight up play, pretty chilled out. And there is a Ling speed already done, but only 4 Zerglings so far. Oh, hello. If Zerglings got charge, that'd be so funny, Zergling charge like Zealots have. Just imagine watching the Zerglings. They would have to shoot so fast, because, like, if it increases their speed kind of relative compared to their normal speed, the way a Zealot charge does, you just imagine a Zergling, just like, doosh, it just flies across the screen. Like, if there's, like, a hole in a wall or something, the Zerglings literally, it's like you can barely even track it with your eyes. It's just like the Zerglings seem to, like, almost teleport. That would be wild. All right, Zerglings are there. Queen comes up in the main. How many queens we got? 6 queens, 7th one building. First Banshee. Leaves the base, starts heading directly towards Reynor. Now, Reynor has not really made a decision about where he's going. Like, he's been going single Evo by pretty much this point in almost every game so far. Ling comes in, sees a few Hellions coming out. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for that single Evo yet. Makes me... Part of me wonders... What? He might go Lair and Baneling Nest in a moment. Maybe he builds Lair on the third base. Because he's got Queens building in his main and natural, so he can't queue up the Lair. It's very late to be going Lair. But he also doesn't... I think he's just going to go second gas double Evo in a moment. Okay, Lair finally comes up at 510. Pretty late on that Lair. I mean, he's got a good queen count, though. 8 queens, 9th queen coming out. Fourth hatchery will go up soon. Queens take out a Hellion. Okay, he's doing a really good job of controlling the high ground and punishing those Hellions for being so aggressive. Banshee coming forward, but look at this. I love the creep on the ledge. That's such a good head start to your creep if you do the ledge spread. Sounds like something you might be an offense in certain cultures. The ledge spread. Sounds like something drunk guys do. Anyways, Queens coming forwards. No Overseer just yet. Spores are only just building now. He's only got 3 spores building. Oh, he's got one back there. But he's trying to defend this fourth base. He's willing to trade some queen hit points, but losing queens just before they get energy is really expensive. Another queen's going to go down just before it gets energy. Oh, but Clem overstays. Clem overstays, does lose a Banshee. And oh my gosh, the Lings are in. Dude, the Hellions do come home though. The Lings pull back. Oh, probably should have split these up. Oh, he definitely should have split these up. Great focus fire for Clem. You could see the way he targeted the center of the Ling pack. I think maybe he split a few Lings there. Could have done well. 8 SCV damage is really good, though. And Reynor keeps his fourth base alive. Problem. Evo chambers are crazy late. They started at 610. Baneling Nest, crazy late. Not even just started. Like, this is really good for Clem, I think. I think as the dust settles, like, you look at the units last time, you've killed 3 queens, 21 Zerglings, 1 drone. Like, yeah, you lost a few SCVs in mining time, but I think this is better for Clem. Because look at the upgrade timing. As long as he starts his armory now, and doesn't delay 2-2 by too much, he really needs a 5th gas. Let's see, Clem's armory still not down. Clem usually prefers to go second factory before going for that armory. But he's already pumping mines very early this game. Oh, he's already into Widow Mines. Did he skip tanks entirely? Oh, he did. He's going straight Biomine. Oh, that's scary for Reynor. Reynor's drawn back up to 73 workers now. He's trying to make Ling Bane, but Bane speed has just started. Oh, the Hellions go too deep. Clem gets a bit antsy. Armory goes down now, but 1-1's already finishing. So that is going to delay the upgrades. He's going to go for 2 more barracks, 3 more barracks, so it's going to be an 8 racks. Clem is going to go for the 8 racks. Queen goes down, number 1. Second queen gets transfused. Massling counterattack. Oh my god, the door is down! It doesn't get any more lower than that. 3 depots down in the wall off. Clem, oh my gosh. His biggest opponent in this series has been his own wall off. The Lings do end up having to go to the 3rd, though. Really good scramble to defend. I feel like most players would have lost 30 workers there. Somehow Clem scrambles his Marines in the middle line, uses the SCVs to body block, and does manage to defend. SCV's so good at blocking in StarCraft. Oh, the Widow Mines drags the friendly fire, and he gets one of the medevacs. And the second medevac, he tried to dodge the Widow Mine, but that means the Queen's got an extra volley off because of that. Baneling's morphing right here as well. Huge victory for Reynor. He needed that, man. He was in trouble. But the fact that the Widow Mine got the first medevac, and then he tried to dodge the second Widow Mine friendly fire and actually stayed in queen range a second longer than he needed to. Clem got to be upset with that. His 2-2 just started, guys. He's lost his upgrade advantage. He was like 2.5 minutes out on the upgrades. He's only barely out on the upgrades now. And it's good that Reynor's denied this fight for that long. 3 depots down again? Clem! Oh, and the Banelings! His entire 3rd mineral line gets wiped. Widow Mine comes from the main base. Does take out a lot of those Zerglings, but holy moly, mate. Dude. I've made the joke about 22-year-old Frenchmen shouldn't normally have trouble getting it up too many times over the years. I'm going to refrain, but yeah, he's just leaving it wide open, dude. This is the Seinfeld character that likes to leave his door open to entice thieves. Like, this is wild. He's still just wide open. Not even a single depot. This time, at least he sees it coming. And finally, he's gonna catch some Banes there. Only a single one hits those Marines. Marine Widow Mine down south. Trying to go for a count. He has to deny some bases, but Reynor staying active. I think this is, don't let Clem push you back into a defensive stance. Why would you let him do that? That's why Reynor counterattacking once more. Lings in on the 3rd. He does have Banes here. Good luck microing in 2 places at once, says Reynor. Oh, does pick up and save some Marines north, but the rally comes in. The Queen's doing really well on the north side. Marines will redrop and kill the hatchery in the bottom right corner. Reynor not able to cancel that in time. It does go down. Queen's up north, still fighting. The Banshees are cloaked, though, which means the Queens will get taken down. Of course, as some Lings rally up, medevacs are dying, and that is expensive. Running in on the south side one more time. Remember, there's no drilling claws. These Widow Mines do not cloak themselves. And, ooh, does get a few of those Marines with the Banelings. He tries to immediately redrop because Clem is what we refer to as a mad lad. If you've never met a mad lad, guys, it's your one friend who clearly has an alcohol problem and enjoys going up and headbutting people 2 feet taller than him and with at least a 30-kilogram weight advantage in the bar of a night. He's not the most functional. He's the guy from Train Spotting who likes to just throw glasses off the balcony and then pick fights with whoever he threw the glass at accidentally. Widowmine Marine here trying to attack on the front. Clem, he's got to get really aggressive and just find massive Widowmine hits. It's his one hope. The Marine drop, it's kind of annoying him, but Reynor's forced him home, and once again he just cannot mine from this third base. The Marine Widowmine trying to pull over. Oh god, oh no, the Marine mine. Oh my gosh, oh the Marines trying to fight the medevacs. Okay, medevacs are good. Ladies and gentlemen, don't believe what they told you about healthcare. Medevacs are good. He burrowed a Baneling in the mineral line, did Reynor there. The Chad Gamer going for the highlight play. Very aware that he's winning this game. He wanted to set off those Banelings. Only got one burrowed in time, though, and it did get scanned. 4 Banelings come in. Widowmine tags it on the right, on that left side. Double Drop tries to move out. It's similar army supply, and there's a 1-1 upgrade advantage because the 2-2 was actually quite delayed for Reynor as well. So, ooh, burrowed Banelings look like just took out a few of these Marines. I mean, the threat of burrowed Banes, the constant Ling counterattacks. Reynor is just not letting Clem play his game. This is how you play against Clem. It's always been how you play against Clem. You do not let him pick and choose where the fights happen. Because if you do, he is unstoppable. But Reynor, their constant counterattacks, backstabs, not letting Clem go first, wins game 6, and he's going to force a game 7. All right. Here we go. The whole thing's going to be decided. Game 7. Team Liquid's Clem in the top left side of the map. Reynor in the bottom right for Basilisk. And it has been an incredibly close series so far. Now, I think this is a decent map to do one of the gasless builds on. Because this is a good map to wall off with Roachwar and Evo. I think this third base to the left is very easy to defend. But Clem is going to go 2-Rax Reaper, and that's pretty common on this map. And it does appear that Reynor is going to be going Hatch Gas Pool because he went Overlord before going down here for this hatchery. So it's going to be a 16 hatchery, builds 1 more drone, goes for the hatchery, goes for the gas, goes for the pool. Wow. 2-Rax Reaper. He hasn't done a lot of it. I think he did do it this series, right? Was it this series or the previous series? I think it was this series. So what map was it where he went 2-Rax Reaper? I remember the Reapers were still dancing around, picking off Zerglings and whatnot. Wasn't it Ultra Love? I think it was Ultra Love. I think it was at the very start of the series, wasn't it? I could be wrong. Anyways, that was where Reynor went for a really quick third hatchery. This time, Hatch Gas Pool. Does he try to squeeze a super quick third hatchery in again? I doubt it. Normally, I mean, you can do that, right? You just put 2 workers on gas, then pull them off as this natural finishes, move them down to mine. You want to send probably your 20th drone, or maybe even a little earlier to get that third hatchery. Why did Reynor cancel the gas? You could see he went to 15 out of 14 supply earlier than that. So it was specifically to go above supply. It's slightly more efficient with the opening. If you memorize the exact build order and do it very perfectly, you can gain a few minerals because you get those extra drones out a little bit earlier. So he drones up to the supply cap of 14, does an extractor trick to go up to 15 drones, and then builds the Overlord. And that's the most efficient Zerg opening. The only time, and you'll see in this series, Reynor either does this build with a single extractor trick, or he does the 15 hatch 15 pool, is his other build in ZBT, his other opening. And with that, you actually do 2 extractor tricks. You do one, build the hatchery on 15, and then you do another extractor trick and build another drone, then the Overlord, and then the spawning pool. Oh, a drone! What's he doing? That was an easy target. Clem did not take the easy drone snipe there. Slight mistake for Reynor. He was building link speed into third hatchery. That third hatchery started very early. Is Clem going to commit to killing that third hatchery? Because the fact that he's... Oh! Tries to dive forward there. Queen, though, focusing the weak Reaper. Really well played. You know Reynor's targeting that weak Reaper. If it gets close, it'll get in trouble. Creep Tumor does go down. Second Queen in the main has started up. This is very similar to that bit, the matchup on Ultra Love. Oh, he gets the weak Reaper, which is really good. Slows down its healing. It's going to have to be out of combat for about 7-8 seconds before it heals again. Lings and Queen running forward. Queen's taking a lot of damage, though. He's only started the second. No third Queen beginning just yet. He started an Overlord nice and early, but I think Reynor's going to need to start another Queen as quickly as possible, as this Queen is getting dangerously low. Okay. Queen's going to back off. Does he spread creep? He's only got 5 Lings in the main. Not enough to stop these Reapers. If they commit, they could try to, but they do get surrounded. Ooh, Clem. Nice tricky micro. Tricky micro. Let's force the Lings back. Queens. should have probably already been moving in that direction. Because he doesn't have great vision, he needs this Overlord up there to see where those Reapers are. This Overlord... Oh, he's going to lose his Overlord again. Same thing happened on Ultra Love, guys. Same thing happened on Ultra Love. Losing that Overlord to the Marine follow-up. I mean, on this map, it's a bit harder to get out to safety because it's down here on this side. But Link speed's done. Reapers are in the open. Clem, get out of there! Oh no, Clem stayed too deep on this side of the map. I think the Lings can stop him from getting home. Remember, there are Marines behind the wall. And they can come forward. Ooh, very nice. So Clem, he's killed 10 units. 9 Zerglings and an Overlord. Hasn't lost a single unit. Reynor on 4 Queens with a 5th one popping. 8 more drones building. So he's basically got 2 mineral lines. He's going to try to saturate the 3rd. But it's a 4 racks follow-up, dude. It's game 7. I really thought Clem was just going to play a macro game, but he's actually doing the 4 racks. This is a Beyond timing. And Beyond, when he played 4 racks, he would always go all in with an SCV pull. I think since there's a factory on the way, I don't think he's going to SCV pull with this. Is Clem? This is such an un-Clem move. I mean, you wouldn't even be watching for it. Zerglings can't even kill a single Reaper here. Oh my gosh. Dude, 13 Lings and an Overlord have already gone down. 4 Marines coming at a time. Reynor has no scouting. He has no Ling around the backside. He has no idea what's happening. He's supply blocked right now. Oh no, he has no idea about these Marines coming. Stim is almost ready, and he has a total of 12, 16, 17, 18 Marines and 3 Reapers on the front line. You got to give up this 3rd. You got to run these drones. Oh no, the Queen's getting jumped, and he's going to try and fight with the drones as well. Queens, drones, and Zerglings trying to engage. But Reynor, he just doesn't have the numbers right now. He was blindsided by this push. Clem never does this follow-up, but he denied the scouting, and Reynor just did not know what was going to be happening as the follow-up. He tries to build Zerglings, but he's already lost 18 drones. Most of his Queens. The drones are going to try to defend, but they just don't even do anything. The Marine firepower is absolutely insane. Finally, the Lings rallying out. Will they be able to overwhelm it? The Queen trying to defend. A new Queen pops out. That Queen does barely survive, but so much damage. What in the F? That was crazy. Better than 2-to-1 trading. The tail end of the trade kind of looked good for Reynor, but that's after losing 20 plus drones. And I don't care how good the tail end of the trade is. If you lose over 20 drones to a Marine push, you are in the dumpster, man. 26! 26 drones! Oh, Reynor, you know, it's very common for Beyond to do this follow-up. I think if Reynor was playing Beyond, he would have had a Zergling around the back checking for the rally, seeing if is there an SCV pull. Are you rallying 4x Marine? Reynor is going to go Baneling Nest. He's going to go Burrow to try and give himself some way to get back in this game. And he's going to send these 2 Queens back to inject now that he's got active tumors on every lane. But he is so far behind, and he really feels like he needs that Hail Mary Burrowed Baneling hit to get him back in it. He's probably correct, but guess what? Clem's not going to give him the room. Tank's on the way. Starport's finished its reactor. We do expect 2 medevacs soon. 4 gases are now mining. 3rd command's in his building, as is a 3rd barrack. Still no medevacs starting up just yet. There we go. Those 2 medevacs do begin exactly when he hit 200 gas. Really tight play by Clem. Ooh, he's going to find an Overlord. Juicy. Hatchery's exposed. Queen's and a handful of Zerglings. Not going to be able to defend this. Oh, 3rd base going down would be devastating. It's exactly what's going to happen, right? No, he decides to fight. Oh, because Clem knows he can win the fight. Oh my gosh, he gets the high energy Queen. But more Lings coming forward. Queen's trying to defend. Medevac, one of them takes a lot of damage. Not many Lings out right now. These Marines heavily damaged. They don't have 1-1. They do have combat shields though. Queen's dancing in and out. They're so low. The Lings just get gunned down. Clem, he says, I can dance all day. I can dance all day. I'm FPS Clem. You know he's got his knife in his hand right now because he is running ever so fast. His +1 is finished. I mean, that's a real problem. +1 attack being done against no Evo chamber whatsoever. Burrow and Banelings are ready, but there's no space for them to burrow in the path of this push. He's got 39 drones to 52 SCVs. Triple the army supply for Clem, and he's just picking away at these units. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, Burrowed Baneling! Reynor gets a heroic Burrowed Baneling. It keeps him alive in this game, but he's in a terrible situation. What can I say, guys? Pure ownage will never be old. Oh, he gets another one! He gets another one! Reynor pulling out some magic right now. He said, Pig, where's my Hogwarts invite, D-bag? I already almost made that mech come back on Tokamak. Watch me burrow Banelings on Maganatha to survive for just mere seconds longer. Another 2 burrowed Banelings. He's going to try and bait these Marines forward, but the hatchery is going to go down. He unburrows the Banelings in their face. The Broodlings trying to fight these Marines. Reynor has to tap out. Clem Really effective Reaper pressure in the opening, but then it's the 4-axe follow-up that just catches Reynor completely off guard and wins the series. Much less straight-up late games. Lots more two dudes stabbing each other this series. This series, lots of fast, brutal, and effective games. Really unfortunate for Reynor that, you know, a lot of the timings caught him off guard. It was the Hellbat timing earlier on that caught him off guard on Ultra Love, right? When he had a really, I think it was Ultra Love, where he had a really greedy opening, great position, caught off guard, right? He got caught off guard by the Hellion run by on Tokamak, and he had that creep tumor blocking his wall off, which was just a disaster. And then here in this game, getting caught off guard by the 4-axe. That's 3 separate wins that Clem got out of the 4 that were from like timing attacks, giving him huge momentum. Hats off to Clem for varying up his style so much and not letting Reynor get away with the greed that he no doubt wanted to get away with in this series. Reynor would have loved to go to the mid game with a bit of momentum, but Clem kept him on his toes. GG, well played. Hats off to both players for playing yet again another fantastic series. And even though Clem goes up 4-3, shout out to Reynor, because that is 6 wins to 4 in Reynor's favor in this tournament, head to head. So hats off to Reynor. He doesn't get to win the tournament, which sucks for him, but he wins a special place in all of our hearts. So much love to both players for being the best CVT out there. GG, well played.